As you may or may not know, we released our first Steam game, a regular store. And during this process, we were stuck on so many things, to the point where I was questioning my stupidity. Because I know I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. But regardless of that, I want to show you what it's really like to release your first Steam game, and what you should keep in mind, because some parts are just really unclear. Or maybe I'm just stupid. So the first thing and most obvious is to make sure that the idea isn't too big. When doing this, I knew that our game idea wasn't out of our scope. But I didn't apply this to the actual game itself. Although the idea of the game was simple, I did go overboard on the first map, causing my PC to call a suicide hotline.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Another thing that is crucial and I had trouble with is actually learning and understanding how to code. Because when I first started learning Unreal Engine, making my first game take a minute, which is your wishlist, I would watch tutorials on certain things like a pickup system, turning off lights, and a task system, which everyone would do. However, I would follow the tutorial just to complete it and not learn how to do it, which is a huge mistake. Never do that. Bad duck. Bad duck. Doing this puts you in a state known as tutorial hell, which you don't want to be in. So make sure you watch tutorials with the intention of learning it and not just completing it. I feel like that's obvious though. Now, what's next? Oh yeah, the Steam page. Once you have your core gameplay done and your main level done, you're likely going to start making a Steam page to build your community and make that. This was really annoying though, especially when doing this for the first time. One reason being is that you need to make sure that the description of the game is really detailed. Like, you know when you have to write an essay about a movie and you give the most bullshit analysis? Yeah, like that. For screenshots and essays, you need to make sure that the size are exactly the same and that it's for the right one, because two of them have the same size and they don't automatically connect. Now another thing is the content survey. This looks pretty straightforward, and maybe this was my stupidity kicking in, but this goddamn survey became a problem later on when publishing the game. So you need to make sure you can read, because clearly I can't. Like, what the fuck is this? Now, when I was working on my first game, Take Care of Minutes, which is your wishlist, I didn't make anything modular. Like, look at this. It's a bigger disappointment than me. Now, when making a regular store, we avoided this by making sure that I don't do too much of the coding and also applying modular systems. And when you look at tutorials for like a pickup system or door system, a few of them don't actually make them modular, which uses a lot of computer power, once again calling the suicide hotline.
You're back?
Besides having a friend who's better at coding than you, just learn and understand about interfaces, event dispatchers, and size maps. Now, you probably spent the rest of your sanity finishing the game or giving up. But if you have, congratulations, you did what most couldn't. Here's a gold star. But now comes the annoying part of packaging and publishing your game, or PP. However, before you do this, I don't care if you think your game is finished, double check your game. No, triple check it, no, quadruple, just look over every single thing in your game, checking that meshes aren't going through walls, jump scares are working, you're meant to trigger by now, and everything else. After that, then you can package.
This part was pretty tricky, because Unreal projects are naturally. Normally, when you build a project, you just compress the file to a zip and upload it to whatever website you need. No probs. But since Unreal is massive, finding solutions is low, and your ability to work tapers and fades. Oh, man. Luckily, I did find a solution at the end, and Steam has a special workaround for big projects. Essentially, I download the Steam SDK, which allows me to do what would naturally be a tricky process, and instead pretties it up with a simple interface. Then, I create a folder that would work kind of like a Git repository for Steam to upload to their dedicated servers, which allows me to upload said fat files to Steam. Once we did this, it was our final steps towards releasing the game, as Steam had a checklist that needed to be complete before release. We also decided on a final price, which isn't too much, so don't piss your pants just yet. Anyways, we then submitted a request to release form to Steam once all the checklist items were ticked off. Wait. What? It failed? Oh man. So, unfortunately, there were some discrepancies with the store page and the actual game. What the heck is this? Papers, please? Just let me into glorious Aristotska, please! Anyways, the storage size on the page was only 7 megabytes when the game was actually 7 gigabytes. So we changed that, and I also had to fix the fact that Steam couldn't actually run the game standalone. It needed to download 2 third-party packages to run the game. Thankfully, Steam already integrates these packages. Oh my gosh, thank you Steam! So we just needed to tick which packages that Steam would have to download with the game. Sweet. The last issue before we could release the game was the fact that Steam couldn't find gore in the game, even though we said there would be gore on the store page. Yeah, no gore. Definitely no gore.
Now, if you did this properly, everything is done, and you can just relax and play with your toys Yeah, but if you're an idiot like me, we got 2 problems. Now this is why I mentioned to really read the content survey and tick the necessary boxes, as I thought that because our game contained blood, I would have to tick these boxes. But it didn't apply the rest of them, so I didn't have to. Well, and that's how it is to make your first Steam game. If you like this video, please like, or not, then just like. Yeah. And if you want more dumb videos like this, subscribe. Also, go get a regular store for only like $5. And wishlist our game Take Home Minutes on Steam. Yeah. What else do I say?